Woo, are we there? Everybody out there in La La Land? Hot dog. We're here. This is Stevie Brown from Beaufort, South Carolina. Loving another Lord's Day that he hath made, and we rejoice in it. Thank you. Oh, I love this beautiful weather, and I love my children. Kelsey Brown has got me on this computer thing. I don't even know how you do it, but she's got me on Facebook Live. We're getting ready to start shrimp and grits, and because of the stone ground grits, which is a richer, better grit, it's not that blanched, that fast 5-minute grit. We're going to start with the grits first, and that's going to be what we develop first. All right, so let's get started. Here we go. All right, everybody's heat on. Make sure your heat's on high. We'll have to cut it down a little bit. Okay, here we go. We got butter. Butter, y'all see the butter? Woohoo! Love butter. Oh boy. Okay, here you go. We got your butter in. All right. Don't be worried about how much. No, plenty of butter. Okay, we got butter in. Now, what's next? The olive oil. Good little touch of olive oil. I have my skillet. Just listen closely. I have my skillet seasoned. Always, when I say that, I season with a little bit of bacon. Can y'all see the bacon? Well, that's some of the bacon juices I always have in my skillet because it really helps the flavor. And it is wonderful. But that's up to you. You don't have to do this, okay? So I got bacon, butter, and olive oil. All right, here we go. Jonathan, let's have it. Let's take our water, Jonathan. All right, everybody got chicken base? Everybody got chicken base? All right. All right. 4. Okay. Okay, now what we doing, the water to grit mixture is usually 4-to-1. You saw your water, the first thing your water go into your skillet. We want to get it hot and bubbly and boiling. And now next is a broth. Whatever broth you want. If you ladies want vegetable broth, if you want to, love using seafood broths, chicken broth is good, flavors nicely. So pick a broth and go ahead and put it in now. So where did it go, Jonathan? Here it is. All right, I'm gonna put some chicken broth right now. Okay, there you go. All right, chicken broth. That helps flavor it, stir it good, stir it in around. Okay, here we go. Now, here's something that you can do, and I did for you today. When I peel my shrimp, I didn't want you to have to do this. So I got your shrimp, or you got your shrimp already ready to go. But we're not putting shrimp in now, but I'm going to show you what I did. I peeled my shrimp. Can you see? And that was the skins. That's the shells. Well, I boiled my shells to create my broth. So when you boil your shrimp shells, it creates a magnificent broth. And that's a great secret. But we're going to develop it anyway with your shrimp because when you shrimp cook later, it also provides the same broth. All right, now I'm gonna put some of my shrimp broth in, okay? There we go, Jonathan, right? My shrimp broth is in, and what happens here is a lot of flavor, okay? Lots of beautiful flavor. Now, we're gonna develop that. Make sure your water's hot. You're ready to put grits in any moment now. Everybody should have grits ready to go in. Mine will be ready in just a second. We're building in temperature now. You see what it looks like? Can you see in my skillet? That's the only reason it's this color is I'm getting ready to put in some seasoning. All right, I use, and you can use whatever you like. Some of you use Louisiana. Some of you use your own special spices. I use a little bit of Old Bay. I really don't use a lot of Old Bay, just a little bit, okay? A little bit of Old Bay. Okay, a little bit of Old Bay going in. All right, now. Oh boy, here we go. Pepper, pepper, boy. Pepper, going in a little bit of pepper. Boy. All right, more some pepper. All right, a little bit of salt. Not a lot, just a little bit, because we always can add more salt later. Just a little bit of salt. Yeah. Ha ha. Very good stuff. Okay. Now, here we go. Get your grits. Your grits are going in, everybody. Develop your grits.
So Steve, at this point, if you put in about 4 cups of water and broth and whatnot, we would use about a cup of grits.
Yeah, you would use a cup of grits. Okay. You're gonna have to eye it, but either a cup or a cup and a half.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. We don't know for how long, but I'm telling you that now your grits are starting to develop, and it's time to add the cream. See that cream right there? Woo! Cream. We in heaven, boy. Look at that cream. Woo! Boy. All right. Now stir it in good. Stir the cream in. Okay. Now, what's happening with grits, as you all know already, because everybody's doing this, enjoy grits. The grits are a sponge. They will soak up and soak up and soak up as much as you give them. And that's what's happening now with the cream. It's taking on the cream. You can add half at a time. You can even put half in and then keep adding, because as your grits get thicker, you might add even a little more cream. We stir it in really good. All right, now the cream mixture is in. All right, it's attaching. The grits are thickening some more. Salt and pepper to the grits. We've already got butter in there. Now, you might need more butter now, Austin, so put you some more butter in there. When you're doing grits, you doggone better well have plenty of butter in your grits. Helps your flavor a lot. Okay, now, everybody should be, their grits are still cooking and they're still developing. Boy, you know, we eat this dish even for dinner at night here in the Low Country. It's fabulous on the beach, cooked too. And I'm gonna take you into the cheeses next, what I call your tune-up. So here we go with our see right here, everybody. Woo! Cheese. Yum, boy. Okay, everybody watching? Stir that cheese in. Okay. Now you're picking up a beautiful color that of course, the cheese is changing the color. And you've added tons of flavor. Now, it's time to move on to the most important part, your shrimp, and how you want to create an amazing flavor. So here we go. It's shrimp time. Okay? So we're going to give this, you never ever put shrimp in the grits when you're developing the grit flavor and cheesy grits. You never put, oh, Jean Brown's got a glass of wine in here. That's my wife. You always add your shrimp later. Always add shrimp right before you're ready to eat. Okay, here we go. Same thing. Here, I want my flavor. I'm gonna have my butter. I'm gonna have a little tablespoon of olive oil. I'm gonna have me some butter. Right there, you see the butter? Woo! Good old butter, man. Thank you for butter. Woo-wee. All right. Next, we have to have just a tad, little bit of olive oil. Not very much. Not very much. Here comes the heat. All right, everybody got your onions? You ready? Kelsey Brown? Put them in. Now that's about a half of an onion diced up. 1/2 of an onion. Okay? Matter of fact, make sure you get it all out. And we're gonna knock it around and we're gonna, it doesn't take but a couple of minutes. It's very important here that your onions cook down. You want those onions to cook on down. Now this is a good question, Jonathan. It's a sweet onion, not super strong onions. Right now you see in this skillet that the onions are starting to really cook, and it won't take us but a minute. All right, you get it, and remember, I've got me a little bit, just to put me a little bit of my my bacon in here too. So I have a little bit of bacon in that skillet to get punch that flavor on through. I already had that in there, Jonathan. Oh, okay. So, you know. All right, a little bit of, I want me a little bit of bacon. Ha ha! Okay, here we go. A little bit of bacon, y'all. All right, we're 2 minutes. We're 2 minutes away. The onions are getting ready to turn slightly tan brown. That means they're getting to the point where we can develop our flavor. I want some people dearly, and we're not going to use much here because my wife doesn't like it, but a lot of you enjoy a touch of flavor from something that's very valuable to us in our bodies is garlic. So let's see it right here. Garlic. Okay? All right. I'm not gonna put much in because I don't want my wife tasting it. So all right, here we go. You pay attention. You have a little time. This is one of the ways to do this. Everybody's got this in the kitchen. Okay? All right. Now watch. First, watch Kelsey Brown. Look. We're gonna see it. What's that? Dump your shrimp in. It's immediately underway. You don't ever want to overcook these shrimp. They will finish off if they have to. They can finish off in the grits. So you want the shrimp to start cooking now. And time for some seasoning. Oh yeah, a little bit of pepper. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, a little bit of pepper. Touch of salt. Woo, touch of salt. Woo. All right, and now we need a little touch of Old Bay. Just sprinkles of Old Bay. We already got some Old Bay on the grits. I got just some sprinkles of Old Bay. Too much Old Bay in, so what I'm gonna do here is I added some water and I'm gonna bring it down. And then now you see my shrimp beginning to be pink and they're about a minute from being done. This is when the flour goes in. Not very much flour either. Very little bit, very little bit. Watch, Kelsey Brown. Ooh, a little bit of it. Ooh, a little bit right there. Ooh, a little bit, Kelsey Brown. Look at that. I love it. All right, now watch what happens when you stir. Here comes your gravy. Here comes your gravy. All right, I'm getting a little bit of thickness in my gravy in the bottom. If you think you need to add more, right before you eat is when you put the grits in. I mean the shrimp in. So right before you eat, you put the shrimp in. Heat on. You see the beautiful color of these grits? And they're thick. Okay, now they're nice and thick. I'm gonna put a little bit more cream, and I'm Jonathan, I think we might give me a little bit of that water. You gotta watch your grits because they get to be thick. So you really want to make sure you're the proper thickness, and you know how to develop that yourself. Pour me a little bit in there. Okay, all right, very good. All right, now, all right, see how thick, nice and thick. Now that cream is really developed into these grits, and we really have gold right here. This is called low country grits at their best, man. When you got cream in the grits, woo, Lord have mercy. Thank you, Lord. We got the grits with the cream in them. Woo. All right, now I'm pretending that we're eating right now. So here we go. Now, the last thing you do is put your shrimp into your grits. Now remember, the flour has allowed you to develop a little bit of a thicking roux. And it's got flavor coming out of the skillet. That roux, that gravy roux is really developed. All right, now I'm gonna show you something very important when you have a guest over to your house. Okay, stir your shrimp in. All right, Jonathan, we're going to stir your shrimp in, good. This is going to be a plate application where you are doing this, you have your grits developed totally. They're ready to go. I'm going to show you how to cook for a plate real quick. This doesn't take any time and it's very easy to do. All right, I got butter in my skillet. See that butter? Woo, look at that butter. Woo, look at that butter. Woo. All right, right there. Thank you, Lord, for butter. Sorry, every time we put butter in, we just have to have a little bit of olive oil. Okay, and we're on high. Okay, here we go. All right, John, so you see some pepper? All right. Now my skillet's getting ready to get hot, and we're gonna do a plate of shrimp and grits and how it might look on your table when you're serving guests. The way I showed you just now makes it great for the family, and it's ready to go, and you all dive in. But if you want to have something a little bit fancier, a little bit more elegant looking when they go to the table, that's what we're going to do now. Okay, just a tiny bit, not very much. See that little tiny bit of onion? Okay. All right, Jonathan, we got onion. Now we got first a little touch of that onion in the skillet. All you got is butter, olive oil, and onion. Not very much, like 8 or 9 pieces, not very much. You know me, if I decide I want to put me a couple pieces of bacon in there, you can't do that, Kelsey Brown. You can't have bacon. So, oh, Dad, he can put bacon in there. Aha, Kelsey Brown. All right, we now have the onions almost done, and we're getting ready to add a little bit of color, because whatever you do when you're doing fine dining, you like a little bit of color and seasoning and a presentation that's really pretty. So here we go. Yeah. Right now, when I do this. Yeah. All right, y'all see this color going in? Look at these. Y'all see these? See those peppers? Those are those little sweet peppers. All right, what's that right there? A little bit of garlic? A little bit of garlic, yeah, Austin. All right, now, you don't have to cook those peppers very much, so we're ready. What's this right here? Here's some shrimp. See regular shrimp? I'm just showing you this so you can see what you do if you want to do a plate presentation. Now, when y'all go out to restaurants, you know, and you get this fancy looking plate, and they put what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these shrimp and peppers and onions and on top of the grits on a plate to make it really elegant looking. Well, you know what they do wrong? They leave the tails on the shrimp. So you take your beautiful white dinner and they give you a fancy plate of shrimp and grits, and they leave the tail on the shrimp for their presentation. Well, guess what your wife in her beautiful dress has to do? She has to take that tail off that shrimp. Well, that's a no-no. With me, that's a big no-no. All right, a little bit of pepper. See my pepper going on? Well, it doesn't go out. All right, a little bit of salt. Okay. Now, what happens when you developing a beautiful plate is this. All right, I want you to look at that shrimp. See how that shrimp's really starting to look pretty? Look at that shrimp. Turn that baby over. Get them all turned. That's right. You want them rotating them and make sure you got them cooking. All right, now I want you to watch what happens. Always use a contrasting plate, a plate that has color where you can develop a look. You want to develop a look. First thing you do is put your grits right in the center. All right, now watch. See that right there? When you're serving a plate at home to your guests, you want that. Now, everything is cooked down very nicely, and you end up with a really beautiful look with all your peppers, and use everything. And that's what we look like when we and then of course I garnish, you know, I always forget that, but then I might garnish with a few onion tips, see that, or a little bit of parsley. All right, now that makes a beautiful plate for plate service in your own home. Entirely different. Next week, because I believe it's Mother's Day on Sunday, we're going to do something on Saturday at 2, the day before. So we're going to do somebody wants cookie recipes. So what are we going to decide on? Either cranberry and walnut or chocolate chunk pecan. I sure do love having you and love being here for you. But my children got me doing this. So goodbye. Have a beautiful Sunday. And thank you so much for having us. See ya.